Hi classmates and Patricia. I decided to do a quick video for this week's discussion questions since I wanted to share my experience working in highly bureaucratic organizations for the last 20 years. Plus I wanted to give some of my current thoughts on leadership and management when it comes to administration of aging services. Sorry, I'm reading my transcript, which I'll also put on the discussion boards. So first, just a little bit about me. I've worked at Nestle Food Company for over 17 years as a project manager versus a line manager, so I don't have any people reporting to me. And some of you might know Nestle. It's a product company which has existed for over 100 years versus a service organization like as gerontology will be implementing services to older adults. So since it's a product company, it's very top-down management style and very mature with very little flexibility. All of our instruction comes top-down from our headquarters in Switzerland. And it's very task-oriented and the expectation by employees like myself are known. So the motivation for us is knowing that there is stable pay and great benefits, which keep us there. However, when we get down to some of the lower level projects, like I said, I'm a project manager, there's some functional and matrix structure that allows for a little bit of flexibility when it comes to implementation. But I believe really what's missing from an organization like the one I work for is an innovative leadership style, which was explained in our lecture as well as in our course book. So it's definitely more of the management-driven theories that we had read about. So in contrast, though, as a future gerontologist who wants to contribute to aging service programs for older adults, I feel there should be a beautiful blend of both leadership style and management when it comes to the planning, executing, and administrating of these programs. And especially with the changing dynamics and demographics in this aging population, I believe that we'll need more of this leadership vision and innovation and not be afraid to go out to the clients or older adults asking them what they really want in the program or how is the current program serving them, as well as some of the resources, because a lot of these services are not only done by full-time staff, but you'll probably have a whole gamut of volunteers who will make sure that your program is implemented satisfactorily. And then I feel that once the programs and organization are stable, then you could do more of a management structure where more control can be implemented, but really not in the beginning. So I also wanted to share with you that I just started volunteering with two aging service organizations. Right now I'm on the vetting onboarding process where they're checking my background and all that good stuff. And they're very different. And I believe that they showcase both types of organization structures and management and leadership styles. So it fits with this discussion this week. Sorry, this is a little bit long. So first organization I'll be volunteering with is Providence Trinity Hospital. Some of you might know the Providence hospitals. And I'll be a hospice volunteer. I learned a lot through my end-of-life class here at USC, so I decided that I really felt my heart leading to hospice volunteering. So that training is ongoing once I finish the vetting process, and I probably plan to go out there starting in March. But the one thing about Trinity Hospital is that being a hospital and administering an aging service program, it is very bureaucratic. So there's very top-down policies and procedures and organization structures that I need to follow as a volunteer and very little flexibility on how the service is going to be delivered due to the compliance and regulation, as you know, being a hospital. However, I believe that there is some leadership, quality, and motivation to volunteers like myself who will be able to contribute once we get to the actual client and working with the smaller interdisciplinary team. So I did meet the volunteer administrator, and she was highly charismatic, very sweet, and I thought she had great communication skills. And one of the things they promised was a lot of training and open dialogue as I go through this course. So being a resource for this aging services, I did see some leadership quality at the implementation stage, but being a service within a hospital, it's highly bureaucratic and management focused. And the other organization that I plan to do some volunteering with is called the Village of Palos Verdes. Some of you might have heard about the Village concept, which is a grassroots program that started, I've heard, God, back 15 years ago in Boston. And because I live in Palos Verdes, this is a brand new program that I wanted to be involved in. I heard that this village started just recently in 2006, so it has more of a startup organization mentality versus some of this less rigid, formalized management structure we spoke about. There is one executive director who I'm going to interview for my final paper, as well as there's a volunteer board of directors just to make sure that they provide oversight and that they're implementing programs that would be within compliance, I would say, for our older adults. And one of the things that I noticed is that the challenge that I spoke to the executive director is the growing pains that they're going through. There is a lot of demand for this service, but really there's not enough resources because they do rely on volunteer resources in order to fulfill their requests. So I see that, you know, they might need some management structure to help with these growing pains, but really it's the executive director's true leadership skills that I would say that has driven all of this demand. She's very visionary, very charismatic, and she was trying to recruit and motivate resources like myself and really ask for participatory and contributions to help her with the process with some recommendations, etc. So I see this organization more of a leadership style, less structured, more open system as we've talked about, and very much more participatory style of leadership. So I believe with these two experiences, with these aging service organizations, that I'll get a better learning experience on better ways to help partake as administrator or manager of aging services in the future. Thank you very much. Bye.